Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you feel like being a lurker, why don't you just go ahead and lurk. Before the stream kicked off, Vicky said hello. Hello, Vicky. Mjon is here. Ghost Valve is here. Aristophan is here with a Tier 2. Subscribing for 62 months with just some emotes in the chat. Thank you very much. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego Scythe emote in the chat and thank Aristophan for the 62 months. And then also let's throw emotes and thank Dirty for the 50 months. Thank you so much, Dirty. And Aristophan, of course, for renewing your subscriptions. Means a lot. I appreciate you very much for that. So let's throw in some emotes because of them renewing. It's very kind to you. Lord Crashington says, hey, Pat. Hey, Lord Crashington. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to be itching a little bit tonight. I apologize for that. I shaved my head again. I do it often. I do it very often. And I just did it and tonight. So I'm probably going to be itching a little bit. That's just an explanation of what's going on with me. What else is going on with me? We got some stuff to chat about tonight. I took it pretty easy today. I had a little bit of work to do and a little bit of prep work to do. And we'll talk in the second hour. I played a little bit of a video game. Mostly I got prepped for next Tuesday's stream. A reminder about that, it will be Halloween. Pat, what are your Halloween plans? Well, we've got two things going on. On Monday, which will be the 30th, I will be building a fake knockoff Lego set that is Halloween themed, and that'll be fun. In years past, I have done around this time, probably would have been like today, actually, that I would have done it. I've done a pumpkin carving stream, and I will be not doing that this year. I will be avoiding that this year because last year went bad. It broke bad on me. And I want to take a step back and reevaluate pumpkin carving as a stream tradition. So instead of that, I'm going to work on this knockoff Lego set that's Halloween themed. I think that'll be fun. So I'll pause whatever I'm working on, build that, stay late if I have to, and then a Halloween proper on the 31st of October. I will be here with my normal Tuesday stream. And we will be checking out Persona 4 Golden with mods and cheats. And I will be using, there aren't really Halloween mods per se, but when we enter the dungeon, all of our characters will be in their Halloween costumes, because I have all of them, because of cheating. So I'll have a full party in Halloween costume, and we'll go and raid a dungeon. And we're doing the quote-unquote spookiest dungeon, which is Naoto's dungeon, because nothing is scarier than not being comfortable in your gender identity. And also, she's her shadow is dressed like a scientist, like a mad scientist. So it works. It'll work in there. But I also have some mods that I have not shown off since the last time we played the game. I've kept all previous mods, so every period and dot has been replaced with a cat emote, or emoji, I should say, and that's still very funny to look at, where someone just goes, I, cat, don't understand. Also, in my prep for the game, I maxed out friendship routes with two characters. Well, one I'm almost done with. I'm at rank 9. And then I'm ranked 10 with Yuki, friendship-wise. I finished that off because my current character in Persona 4 Golden with mods and cheats is monogamous with Chie. That's just, we went on a festival together. It was fun. All right. I think that I have, again, itching, pardon me. I think that I am ready to get into model kit building here. So I am going to retweet my tweet, so we can get a few more friends to join us tonight. And then we're going to start a new model kit. Ba-boom. We are working on the Gundam Aerial SD EX-Standard. If you are unfamiliar with the SD kits, they unfortunately stand for super deformed, which is a bummer. So we will refer to them from now on as SD, and we will not say the other part. Well, apparently I dropped some frames there at some point. My apologies. Didn't notice that. So yeah, so we're gonna do the SD EX-Standard. So it's a small kit with a lot of fun details because it's the X-Standard. And also it's got a lot of stickers. It's got quite a few stickers in it. Which will be fun. But some of the stickers are optional. We won't be using all of these stickers. We'll be using like use this one or this one, depending on what color you want it to be. You know, like, and you can kind of mix and match some of the colors. We'll have some options. I know that some people were saying like, oh, you know, you can put the stickers on top of the clear parts, but you can also shove the stickers underneath the clear parts. But you have to do, you have to trim the stickers to get them to fit underneath. I'm not entirely convinced I'm going to do that. I think I'll probably put the stickers on top. You may remember from other aerials, you actually put the stickers, they're reversible, and you put them underneath the clear parts. We're probably not going to do that here. We have the option to do that if we wanted to. But I think we'll be okay. Did we drop even more frames? God damn it. I need a new router. I just need a new wireless router. I think there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I thought maybe my booster that I had been using was causing the issue. That appears to not be the case because when I'm just using regular old Wi-Fi, it is still also a problem. So we may drop some frames tonight. It also could be it could be Twitch. It could be unrelated to me, but it often is related to me when there are connection issues because I run into them in a variety of ways, which is, you may understand this to be frustrating. It sucks. Yes, no, Lord Gretchen, my parents aren't torrenting. Also, my upload shouldn't be an issue since my dad, on Thursdays, my father does stream the football game off of my laptop because Thursday Night Football is on Amazon Prime and their TV is old enough, their main TV is old enough that the apps don't work anymore. Like the Amazon Prime app, last year we tried to use the Amazon Prime app and that was a nightmare. It just kept crashing. It just kept on being a fucking nightmare. So this year the solution was, halfway through last year the solution was, well, I'll just get my laptop out. I don't use it much these days anyway. I normally just use my laptop if it's like comfortable in the spring or fall. I can like sit out and kind of get some work done if it's light work. So kind of made a decision like, all right, well, instead of that, let me just set up a laptop for you. Every week, set up a laptop. All right, and then I need A11, is this one here. All right, so we got to get some stickers on here. We'll do it one at a time. SD kits, SDEX kits, I should say. Lots of detail with them, right? Also a thing to note. The instructions are small because the box is small. The box is pretty small. It's zoomed in, but here, the box is small. But the instructions are also small to fit in the box, which is frustrating when you want to like read numbers of stickers. All right, so on this one, we want 22 on this side and 23 on the other side. So we'll do that there. We'll apply all the stickers. We'll panel line it once we get the head together because we're going to start by putting the whole head together, and then we'll do some panel lining here and there. All right, so we need 22 on one side and 23 on the other. So we find there's a lot of stickers here. All right, there's 23. All right, and as I apply these stickers, let me see if I can see where this goes. Okay, this goes over the vents there. Yeah. Yeah, that looks neat. Let's see. I have a bunch of news things to chat with you all about. The first one is, you may have seen this. We'll get into a little anime news here. Not much anime news, but a little anime news. If you want to, you could add onto your Amazon Prime the Crunchyroll channel. So if you don't already have a Crunchyroll account, you could add it on to your Amazon Prime, and then there would be like, you would go to Amazon Prime and you would go to Crunchyroll, and then you would access to Crunchyroll's library, past stuff, current stuff, future things, and like that. And you would just pay Amazon Prime that. And I don't have a good reason why you do that. You have two of the three payment plans. Fan, which is the introductory one, which is $7.99 per month after a 7-day free trial. And then there's the Mega Fan, which is $9.99 a month, which gives you full access to Crunchyroll's library, and you can also download to watch on the go. So you can then download onto your Amazon Prime. But I bet that on the go stuff outside of a laptop is probably through the Crunchyroll app, not through the Prime app. Yeah, Aristovan says, so it's all in the same app. Yeah. And again, I say, why? Because it's the same price. It's not cheaper. And it's in the same region. Like, it's not available in, like, you could say, oh, well, if my region doesn't let me have a Crunchyroll account, I can do that. It's very unlikely that there is a part where you can have an Amazon Prime account but not a Crunchyroll account. I think the only way this makes sense is if Crunchyroll says you can't have an account anymore because your account was banned. Maybe this is a way around it, I guess. I don't know. It also doesn't, because I know that the more expensive plan lets you have multiple streams at the same time. So this would be a way, I guess, if you were in a house with someone that had a Crunchyroll account, you could then get your own Crunchyroll account through, that you would just get your own Crunchyroll account. I don't know. I guess Aristophan is right that the answer is, the reason why this is the way that it is simply, so that's A9 goes on this. Okay, well, let's do this one back here. This is sticker 2 or 10. So we're going to look at 2 or 10. 2 is green. 10 is red. So we need to decide right now, because 1 or 8, do we want green eyes on this kit or do we want red eyes? Because we should probably have a green back camera if we have if we have green eyes. We're going to go green eyes because I think green eyes is better for the aerial here. I think we're going to go with green. I just think that looks cool. I can always change my mind. So I guess we'll put this sticker on here first. So that was a new thing. Also, maybe CR doesn't have an app for your device, or simply the fact that CR app sucks. Yeah, I mean, the Crunchyroll app does suck. But also, I don't think the Amazon Prime app is that good either. But I will say, Aristophan says +1 to green. Yeah, I also think red eyes with the red chin and all that, and the red crown. I just think that's too much. So we'll go with green here. All right, that's on there pretty good. Yeah, because I guess if your device doesn't let you use the Crunchyroll, I don't know if the Crunchyroll app is on every TV, whereas Amazon Prime is on most TVs. The Crunchyroll app might not be on your Roku device. I don't know for sure. It might not be on your streaming device, that you have hooked up to your TV. Whereas the Amazon Prime app is in a lot of places. So I guess there's a little bit more to that. But also Ultimate Fan, not available. Ultimate Fan is their $15 a month, which gets you discounts in their store, if I remember correctly, and up to 6 streams. That's for a family of Crunchyroll users. If you are a power household that you're watching lots of anime at the same time, You got to spend that money on. It's the family plan, basically. So yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because I thought for a second it was that free channel that the Crunchyroll has started rolling out on some services. I was like, oh, is that coming to Amazon Prime? That's smart. But no, that does not seem to be the case. So, all right. Did I put these on? No, that's right. For a second there, I was like, because I had this upside down, but that was to get the sticker on right. And I'm like, did I put the sticker on wrong? No, I didn't. All right, and we have one more sticker to apply, which is sticker 9, which is one of the cool ones. Yeah. All right, we're going to apply this sticker here, and then we can assemble the head, and then we can put on one clear piece over this piece here, and then we will be able to panel line, because we'll have gotten that far. So this goes here, right? Yeah. Goes like this. Is this sticker 9? Yes. How does this work? Where does this go? Oh, it goes like that. Okay. Or maybe it goes like that. It's always fun when I'm applying a sticker and I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? Because it's this sticker here. Yeah, that's what it is. It's this sticker. All right, let's see. Other things. We talked about that. This is real quick. The next expansion, the next paid, I should say, expansion for Power Wash Simulator is coming out. And that expansion will be out on the... that expansion will be out on November 16th. So if you've been waiting for more Power Wash Simulator, like I've been waiting for more Power Wash Simulator, the wait is almost over. That will be, again, November 16th. You will be able to power wash. In the future, the Back to the Future special pack launches November 16th. And that looks cool. That's the date they went to the future in Back to the Future 2. Lord Crashington, that's good to know. That is not something that I remembered. So that's cool. That is a fun fact. And we, of course, will not be streaming that on the 16th because that is a Thursday, if I remember right. Let me double check my calendar here. That is indeed a Thursday. So we will be doing it on the 21st. So we will be going Back to the Future. We will be power washing Back to the Future on the 21st. Which I think is fine. I think that is a fine time to do it. But we will check that out. I don't know pricing yet, but I'll probably pay it. Dirty says, what happened to the Warhammer 40K pack for Power Wash Simulator was announced back in May? That's on the books. Back to the Future got announced before that. But that is on the cards for them. Let's see. Let me see if I can find their... that they just list their Discord. That's not good. Come on, list your website. Power Wash Sim. Let's see. Sim DLC or DLC packs here. Let's see. There's people wanting them to do stuff. Nope, they just want achievements. They want to know if it's yeah, of course it's paid. Hey, hint. If it's a licensed property and not one that was owned by Square Enix before they got rid of it, it's going to be paid. Like, people are like, oh, is this licensed property going to be a paid DLC? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes, they have a Warhammer 40K at some point. Square Enix still publishing it. Okay, Future Lab. Come on, Future Lab. Future Lab are the people that make Power Wash Simulator. Also, Future Lab has said our next game will not involve Power Washers. That one had far less detail to the announcement than the Back to the Future. Yeah, sure. Um, yeah, Ikaru Will Not Die is their next game. We'll probably talk about that in a bit. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find any information about that, but just know they are doing that. Let's see. Let's just do that and Warhammer. Let's see if I can find that out here. And then it's of course just a bunch of, you search for the name and Twitter is just like, oh, you want people tweeting at this company asking when something is being released. No, I want a tweet from the company that includes the text Warhammer. You can't get that. Great. You just get a bunch of people going, when are you releasing blank? It's like, fuck off. Anyway, they're going to do it at some point. Again, there haven't been a lot of details for that because they need you to buy this one first. And then they can try to get you to buy the next one. Also, they probably haven't worked fully on it because they also had their big update and everything, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure work has been done, but... all right, so now we got to put some gray marker on here. Let's get this gray marker. This is not a kit for you if you hate stickers. Either both color correcting and vibrant, cool looking on their own stickers. If you don't like stickers, the SD EX-Standard kits are not for you. Because it's going to rely on stickers quite a bit. Hey, did you know that there was going to be an Xbox showcase yesterday? I didn't. It was like a half hour. It was their partner preview live stream, which is different from their regular live streams and different from their like third party. Partner is just like weird because it's like some of the companies, it's like, oh, we have licensing or we wanted to have them for this. And some of them are like companies that like, oh yeah, this video game, we got, we're going to tell you about it and mention, PC and Xbox. It's also coming out to PlayStation, but we're not going to tell you that here. And is that to imply that, to make people associate it? Who knows? But yeah, there was a showcase yesterday. I did not know about it until I believe after it happened. I did not watch it. That's fine. Don't have to, but I could tell you about it because I did watch it later. Just didn't watch it as it happened. So, in addition to the fact that the HD collection for Metal Gear seems to be pretty uneven / bad / not ready for prime time, the remake of 3 presses on. And it really fucking looks like, Delta, it really looks like a goddamn remake of Snake Eater. Aside from the Yakuza trailer, there wasn't much to miss. Yeah, I think the Yakuza trailer was interesting. We'll talk about that when we get there. The Alan Wake trailer was cool if you like remembered that Alan Wake 2 was coming out, but you didn't know that it was coming out like immediately. Like now, like you can just play it. So like that's kind of fun for people that might have been out of the loop that were like, oh yeah, there's more Alan Wake. Or like, oh shit, there's more Alan Wake now. Like I thought that was kind of, smart to do in the showcase. But yeah, it's a remake of Snake Eater. It looked good. I don't have much else to say. I did not love 3. MGS3 remake seems like a visual overhaul, but not much animation changes. Yeah. So, Aristovan, to answer your question, I have played some Snake Eater. I did not enjoy my time with Snake Eater. I liked Metal Gear Solid. I enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 2. I appreciated at the time and continue to appreciate Metal Gear Solid 2 as a concept conceptually and what they did with it. And I did not love 3, and I didn't finish 3. I did not finish 4. Revengeance is my favorite, and it doesn't count, but it's still my favorite. And 5's all right. That was pretty good. Lord Crashing In says MGS3 is their favorite of the series. Okay, yeah, just never clicked with me. I don't know. I think it was the combat. I just didn't vibe with it. Just didn't vibe with it. Also, it's going to be on Unreal Engine 5. That's not important, but it's kind of it's interesting. I don't think it's like necessary to know that, but it's interesting. All right, I get a little bit more here on the chin. Got to make this chin look good. Get a little marker on this chin, and then we're gonna hit with an eraser. I also MGS5 you can fault the GOAT game of the year. Yeah, 5 is fun. 5 is a mess at the end. There are 3 things about 5 that I really dislike. Wow, I dropped a lot of more frames, huh? Fuck. I'm sorry, everybody. I dropped a ton of frames tonight. I hadn't even noticed. I'm looking over at my drop frames list, and originally it was at 100 something earlier, and now it's at 505 drop frames. That's a real shame. I'm sorry. For those of you who are watching the archive later on YouTube, you're not seeing that at all. But folks that are here live, my apologies. Never got to the end, but I folded a lot of goats. So here's the 3 things about it that I didn't love. Number 1, there's a very annoying segment early in the game, and it's one of the worst segments in the game, and you do it again. They make you replay fucking play the worst part of the game. Unacceptable. 2, Quiet has a beautiful, wonderful exit. There's a way, and it's annoying, but you can do it. There's a way to undo her interesting exit. If you just were like, no, you know what? I know you had a poignant way out, but fuck off, come back. That's shitty. But also, not a lot of people are going to do that. And 3, it felt like Metal Gear Solid 5, both ends missing content, just skipping some shit, just completely skipping some stuff, so it's abrupt and weird, and also overstays its welcome because the ending doesn't make any sense and is shitty and weird. So it's like both those things. But the moment-to-moment in Metal Gear Solid 5 is fun. Yeah. There's a lot to like about it. All right, we're done with the head here. The head is done. Let's move on to the chest. 8.2, PC3. We got our first polycaps of the build. Should have said that. There are polycaps on here, and we're gonna get those polycaps on now. Let's see. 5 got messed up by Konami's interference with Kojima and the devs. Lord Crashington, you can say that. Or you can look at it that Metal Gear Solid 5 came out because Konami finally put their foot down. That it got rushed, but it actually came out. Because I know a lot of people just go, Kojima is a visionary, and Kojima Studios was making an incredible game, and then Konami pulled the rug out from underneath him. You can look at it that way. You can also look at it like, yeah, that dude is he led a good studio, and they made some cool shit, but also at some point you got to put out a fucking video game. At some point you got to put that game out. Can't just keep going back to the well, you know. I'm not saying you were putting all the blame on them, but I think a lot of people do jump to just putting all the blame on Konami there, and it's just like, yeah. The Alan Wake 2 launch trailer was solid. I am currently not playing Alan Wake 2. I'll let you know I'm not playing Alan Wake 2. There are 2 reasons for that. One is a financial reason, cannot justify it, and the second is I'm waiting for I'm waiting for more patches and for the PC version, because hey folks, we're in it. We are in this period now. We are finally, it took years to do because of the pandemic, because of people not moving to the new consoles. They're finally just making console games for the new consoles, the current gen. They're not making last gen, current gen hybrid games anymore. And that's great for gamers, but it's now getting bad for PC gamers who are not on the cutting edge of PC games. PC gamers who are not on the bleeding edge, I should say. Basically, if you got a 1080 Ti, don't get Alan Wake 2. It's just, don't get City Skylines. Probably don't get Spider-Man 2. We're just hitting the point now where things are getting real rough out there for kind of older PCs to handle. I got I got a decent rig. I'm behind. I'm not cutting edge. My rig's decent, but right now, as it stands, my PC would hate Alan Wake 2. And so I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on a game to find out that a PC can't handle it. All right. So A5 is this piece here. Now, I have been told that if I wanted to, I could put the stickers behind this piece here because it's clear. This is a clear piece. If I wanted to. To be fair, City Skylines seems like its own fault. Well, yes, Lashbrook, City Skylines is not optimized for anyone. City Skylines is a bit of a different situation than Spider-Man 2, which is also buggy. Don't get me wrong, Spider-Man 2 is buggy. And Alan Wake 2, which does not seem to be that buggy, but is just being built for higher end systems in mind. No, the issue with City Skylines is it's not ready. Possibly one of the issues is that every human in the city has a full mouth of teeth. And so every single human is getting rendered. And that seems like a big mistake. I think they fucked up pretty bad if that actually is true. And it does sound like that is the case. Oh God, we have so many stickers to put on here. So I could cut stickers out and make them fit underneath this. I would have to do it. It'd be really weird to do. You can do it. Especially like these parts here. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put the sticker behind it. I'm putting the stickers on top. It's just easier. I do not care. I wonder if their Game Pass required the PC version to launch now versus staying delayed like the console versions. Of what, Lord Crashington? Weird promotion, mobile Diablo clone, Dungeon Hunter 6, and Nickelback, and PUBG and KFC. Oh, or mobile Diablo clone, Dungeon Hunter 6, and Nickelback, or PUBG and KFC. Nickelback. Because you just reminded me they exist. Yeah, no, Lord Crashington, which Game Pass deal? What Game Pass game are you talking about is my question. I have talked about a lot of video games. I don't know which one you're mentioning now. Which Game Pass game are you talking about is what I'm asking. The City Skylines 2. Oh, no, they put the game out because the company's afraid of going out of business. I don't think it has anything to do with their Game Pass deal because Microsoft doesn't want games that are broken. They don't want broken games on their platform. The idea of Game Pass is it just works and you can just download and play a game because you paid them money. They want games to not be in a messy state. So I think they put the game out because they needed to sell copies of the game. Because it's not ready and they know it's not ready. All right. So 28, 13, 14 or 30, and then 11, 29, 12. Let's look at all these numbers and figure this out. All right, so that's all silver. Or no, that's all gold, I should say. What are the other ones? 28 is gold. What is 13? Or is that all the same? 13. These are not optional stickers. These are... Okay, no. 13 and 14. Yeah, so I'm going to put these on top. Somebody sent me a message on Blue Sky, saying that I could put these underneath and they work, but I'm not going to bother. To answer your question, Lord Crashington, yeah, Dungeon Hunter 6 and Nickelback is weirder. KFC gets involved in video games. KFC fucking put out a free, fake ass bullshit dating sim. Like they're involved. They've sponsored games before. They've had their KFC billboards in games. So that's not as unusual. It does remind some people that PUBG is a thing, and some people would not have remembered that. So that might be weird for some people to be like, oh yeah, PUBG is still a going concern, and people still play that and buy copies of it. Let's see. I want to go back to this showcase. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. You have probably seen this headline. That there's a whole island. They put Animal Crossing in there. I guess PUBG has KFC restaurants on the island. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. There are buildings. There is signs of life on the island. Sure. Go hold up in the KFC. Where are we dropping? Well, we're dropping onto the KFC. Sure. Okay, so these are not optional stickers. These are all these stickers here. 13, 14, 30, or maybe they're optional. I can't even tell. Please use the stickers 11, 12, 13, 14 as you like. What the fuck do you mean as you like? Bojangles. I just remember that whole KFC costume. Indeed. You can play Animal Crossing stuff in Like a Dragon. You can just stop doing what you're doing, and you can just go to a resort and build it up and invite people to come live there and give them gifts and fight people. It seems like there will be thugs and animals that are there to cause trouble, and you just fight them. Paul Rich says, type in the code finger looking good to get a gun skin of our 11 herbs and spices. Yeah, sure. Sure. Y'all, it says please use the sticked 11, 12, 13, and 14 as you like. What the fuck does that mean? What is number 11 here? Okay, that's these stickers. All right. And again, I could, if I wanted to, shove these underneath this. I'm not going to. Go there. I think as you like means, yeah, optional or builder's choice. It's just said in a very weird way. So where would this want to go? I want to look at this photo in big in this photo here. Okay, so that's going to go, yeah, there's going to be parts that go over that. I'm going to want to follow the line there and then do, okay, that makes some sense. All right, I got this now. I'm going to trace this line here and then put this underneath, like right there. Oops. If I didn't have to put this here if I didn't want to, I guess. Whatever. We're figuring it out. We're making sense of this whole thing. And then Survival Ascend, which is the remake. It's not Arc 2. Arc Survival Ascend is the Unreal Engine 5 remake of Arc Survival Evolved. But it is not Arc 2. I know so little about the Arc series. I have watched very little of people play it. I have no concept of it. I know that it is enjoyed by many, and I'm sure they're both psyched for Arc 2 and also excited for Arc Survival Ascend, the Unreal Engine 5 remake of Arc Survival Evolved. I am sure there are people who are just like, yeah, dude, fucking yeah, dude, about all of this. And to them I say, fuck yeah. I hope it's great. I hope you have a great ass time with that video game. Yes, Dirty. It is a tree puncher. It is an animal fighter. It is a survival, you versus nature versus other people thing. From my understanding, which is again limited because I don't fucking really know. Manor Lords. Manor Lords is one of them, like, it's a city builder, but also like a fighting each other game. It's like a city combat, city builder, medieval thing. It seems like a lot. I refuse to install the free version I got because it requires like 300 gigabytes. Yes, Lord Crashington. From what I can understand, yeah, that's a life game. That's a game that you're like, I am dedicating time and energy and effort into this game. Good luck. I'm not doing anything else. That's what it feels like. It is an investment of your life. RoboCop Rogue City. Now, I didn't play this. The demo for this. I have only heard from a couple different sources about said demo. They might have made an okay RoboCop game. Like, there's a whole thing about like working the desk, and like apparently the shooting is pretty okay, and it doesn't feel terrible. It maybe doesn't have like the oomph that you would want, like the. It might not have the teeth, the grit, the acknowledgement of satire that you would want. But it seems like it's got good vibes to it. And I think that sounds fun. It's definitely a game that I will watch a streamer play. All right. So, number 24. Where do you go? You go here? Yeah, you go there. This could have been a piece of plastic, but instead it's a sticker. All right, let's just... look, I knew this going in, that the EX standard kits are just mostly sticker. Because if I was going to build this without stickers, I'd be done. Not 47 minutes in the stream, I wouldn't be done. But I would be close to, like, getting there if there wasn't all of these stickers, because they're just all of these stickers. And then also, I'm going to try to get all the stickers in before I start putting other things in here. Then we have stickers 26 and 27, and they're going to go on like here, I believe. They're the like neck stickers more. Let's see. Yeah, these are 26 and 27 to continue with the gold vibe. Also, because this instruction booklet is so small that sometimes I'm like looking at like their example of this is where it's supposed to go is also very small. Is this supposed to go in? Oh, this is like the inside here. All right, so that's supposed to go like that. Wow, that's weird. Okay. This is an outside sticker. It's an inside the collar sticker, I think? Or was it supposed to go on the outside of that? Is it an outside sticker or an inside sticker? Let me blow this up here. I'm going to blow this photo up again. No, that's an inside sticker, because there's also a sticker that's supposed to go there, which is number 25. I should have put 25 in first, because that would have made this make a lot more sense. So I'm just going to put that aside here. We'll do 25. Okay, so this goes on here. you know, stickers instead of plastic. We knew it was coming on this kit. All over the place here. Anything else in here? I didn't watch the demo for Still Wakes the Deep. That's a good name. There's a spooky adventurer from the Dear Esther people. So that's cool. And something about Dungeons of Hinterberg is I'm vibing with it. Yeah, it's got some social stuff and some combat, and it's trying to. I think it's trying to like be like, I don't know, maybe not have its cake and eat it too. Maybe that might be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it that hit me, and I was like, yeah, all right. I don't know. I'm rooting for this game. I want to see it succeed. It's got, I don't know. It's got heart. I don't know. Spirit of the North 2. Didn't play Spirit of the North. The Finals is a game Finals is like a free-to-play, team-based competitive shooter, which is going into open beta today. Yeah, it's in open beta now. So if you want to play the Finals, you could do that in the open beta on your Xbox. Hey, guess what? My opinion, the Finals looks like a game that you will forget ever came out when it comes out next year. We also live in a world where the Finals might just never come out. After this beta, it could just stop existing. This beta could come out, and they could like look at the data and look at the interest and go, "Ah, shit, we should not have made this video game. Wait, we can just not make it. Let's just not make it." I think I put this on upside down. The Finals is from Dice Devs, and is vying for the space that X Defiant is vying for. Oh, you mean the thing that doesn't exist? The Zero Space, the game that should have come out 2.5 years ago? Yep, it's fighting for that. That space is not, there is just no space there. The games that are doing well in that space are still just doing well and show no signs of falling off. Like, I don't know. I think if you're going to try to get into that space, you got to do something new. And I don't, from just what I've seen of this game, I haven't seen it. No matter what I do, I can't get this particular sticker to look right. It's going like that. That's 26. Make sure I have the right one. Yeah, and that's 27 goes on this side. So this sticker is supposed to stick. It's supposed to be on the neck here on the side. And no matter what I do, where this sticker goes, it just doesn't look right. Well, that looks okay. I think we'll go with that. Yeah, all right, that isn't bad. I don't love where this is, but whatever. It'll be hard to see. Are we supposed to have an image? Oh, yes, sorry. I forgot to decrease the model kit. I was looking at reference for the neck, and I forgot to decrease that. I'm sorry. Thank you for saying something, John. I appreciate that. Yes, you were supposed to be able to see me working on this kit, and I just never minimized as I was looking at detail. All right, now this has to just go on the other side here. This should be pretty easy to apply. I already did it on the other side. Whoops, came off there. What happened here? What happened here? Got a weird thing that popped up in my... Oh, there we go. Hey, Doom Kitten, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the old stream. Working on the Aerial here. It has a lot of stickers, which we knew coming into it, that it was going to have a ton of stickers, which is fine. But also, what I kind of forgot about when it comes to the SD EX Standard kits is that the instruction booklet is small. I had forgotten that part of it. I think that's all from the Xbox thing that I want to talk about here. Are there other things that I wanted to chat with you about? Here's a video game thing, because we're going to talk a little wrestling. But while we're talking wrestling, let's transition between a wrestling story about a gamer and his video games. While on the road, some wrestlers take their Switch. Some take full consoles with monitors, like, because Austin Creed does videotaping and stuff for his YouTube channel and all that. Some take, because they're on the road, they've got set up, they're going to be in hotel rooms, they've got their consoles, or they, like I said, they got their monitors, they travel with them, they're doing it like that. And of course you would imagine they're bringing modern consoles, right? Well, some gamers out there are bringing old consoles with them on the road, and one of those gamers is AJ Styles. And according to former WWE wrestler who was let go this year, Top Dollar, which was his name in WWE, he is AJ Francis, no relation to AJ Styles. According to AJ Francis, AJ Styles, longtime gamer, has a full console system. He has like a console museum in his house. The most underrated gaming console of all time, according to AJ Styles, is the Dreamcast, which tells you about his general age and interest in games. Big sports gamer. AJ still travels with an Xbox 360 because he's playing an old Madden game. Because, all right, let's see what happened here. He plays a Madden franchise on it because he said, and I quote, this is AJ Francis quoting AJ Styles. AJ Styles has been quoted as saying the following: I heard about after 30 seasons, the mode just ends, so I want to see if it's true. And as of a couple months ago, he is currently on the 21st season of Madden. Lord Crashington, I do not know if he is mad that the store is shutting down. I do not have that information present. I'm sure he's annoyed by it. But yeah, fucking AJ Styles is because he heard about it somewhere, is judging for himself, and he's going to fuck around and find out if after 30 seasons in this Madden thing, and this mode of one of the 360 Madden games, if it just ends and he can't continue to go to 31. He could just sim games. Yeah, I mean, he's probably enjoying it. Also, I'm not speaking out of turn when I say this, and I don't say this to be belligerent. AJ Styles is not known for being that smart of a guy. He is, by all accounts, kind of a dumbass. So, who knows who he heard that from and if it's true. I don't know. It also might not be true, and he'll find out the hard way. But that was just a weird story that I was like, well, if I'm going to go from video game stuff to wrestling stuff, I can at least transition with a fun, weird thing. Probably not wrestling in TNA for many years. Well, not from. I mean, it didn't help, but also wrestling in general, and also AJ Styles in general doesn't help that either. So, not too long ago, we talked about it on stream. It was last week. Sting, the wrestler, the icon. Sting, the renegade. Sting, the surfing dude who became a Crow ripoff. Sting announced, hey, I've had a great career. I've had a fun research. The first time I retired didn't sit right with me. this time has been great. But my first match for AEW was in Revolution, and next year, for the next Revolution, that'll be my last match, and I'm going to retire. And people were like, "Aw, okay." But he's still going to have a few matches left. He's still going to be, competing. He's probably got a match at Full Gear. Things are going to be okay. AJ's, not AJ, who kept the Crow gimmick longer than was necessary, but maybe never had better ideas. Well, Lord Crashington, his other idea was the Joker. So, yeah. Also, he didn't come up with the Sting gimmick. The Sting gimmick was suggested by Scott Hall. Very aware of what is hot and cool, Scott Hall. And that is legitimate. Scott Hall fucking understood the business really well and really knew what would work for people. But yeah, Sting's big contribution to his own legacy as the Crow was to do a Joker version of the Sting, which is unbelievably terrible and kind of endearing. Anyway, so Sting is like, I'm going to wrap up my career. I'm doing my thing. But, I'm still here, and I'm still going to be part of the company, and yada, yada, yada. Well, Tony Khan made a big announcement that Tony Khan had a gift for Sting. And last night, he was going to unveil this gift. And Tony Schiavone, announcer, knows Sting for a very long time, said this is unlike any gift that has ever been given in wrestling. And people joked around that it was a retirement plan, which is a good joke. My pet theory was that they were going to do their versions of a Legends contract, because AEW doesn't have anything right now where they pay people to not wrestle, but also don't wrestle somewhere else. So I was like, oh, maybe they'll do that. Maybe that's their big plan, is to do that. No. The big surprise was that Sting is going to have a manager. Sting is going to have a retired wrestler that he knows from his past hang out with him weekly, monthly, ? He's going to be around. And that personality is Ric Flair. Old ass, retired from wrestling, garbage to people for personal reasons and professional reasons, and the man that was going to be part of AEW at one point, supposedly, to present a belt, that they ended up not doing it because the Dark Side of the Ring about Ric Flair came out, and people were like, hey, wait, some of this shit is new, and what the fuck? And so they didn't do it. His son-in-law, Andrade, is in the company. It makes some sense that he's there. Here's the big reason why look, there are a lot of reasons why this is awful. You can look at Captain Maul. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. You can look at it as, well, it doesn't add anything. Sting hangs out with Darby Allin. That, aesthetically makes sense. Sting is the old man looking at the young gun, trying to help him out along the road with advice and whatever, gets involved in scrapes. They bring in some other people to help out here and there. He's got a somewhat weird, in my opinion, partnership, alliance with Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge. So, okay, cool. That's kind of the middle ground. You got young, you got middle. Edge was a vampire at one point, sure. And then you got old school. Ric Flair is old. And it's weird that he's there. It's just going to look weird. That he's going to woo from, whatever, and grab someone's leg and help them cheat the faces. I don't know. But also, if you're like, well, historically, it's fun. Because, Sting versus Ric Flair was the last match on WCW Nitro before WCW was sold, stopped doing weekly shows because of the sale and all that. And they've been intertwined for years and years and years. And then you go, wait, Sting and Ric Flair have been intertwined for years and years and years because of a rivalry. A very long, weird rivalry from many, many years, where in numerous occasions, Ric Flair has posed as a good guy to get on the side of Sting, to agree to work with Sting for the greater good or whatever, just to make the whole thing an elaborate setup to beat up Sting. Ric Flair has turned on Sting so many times. He always does this, and I guess that's fitting in Sting's last ride. As Captain says, it does seem to be an odd choice. Yeah, I guess it's fitting. So to me, it would be more fitting if Flair showed up on Sting's last match to cost him the match. Like, if Flair came out like the week before and Flair was like, yeah, I'm here to make sure you lose your last match. Like, that would at least, like, kind of make sense. It would be something. I don't know. This just seems weird. It just seems like a strange thing they're doing. I don't know. I don't quite get it. Also, yes, Flair also seems old and sad, and which is accurate to me from my understanding of where his body's at. And he just sounds like shit because he's an old man and he doesn't have to sound good. He shouldn't have to. I'm not expecting him to sound great or look good or not just be an old broken down man. But also then don't fucking put him on television. You know? What if you didn't put him on TV? This is the wrong sticker. This is the wrong hand sticker. I'm going to pull out the other hand here. I put the wrong sticker on, so now I got to fix my mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right, Captain? It's a setup, and then when it goes through, people are going to be like, oh, we should have seen that coming. And it's like, yeah. I mean, just because he doesn't have anything else going on doesn't mean he should be on television. AEW has this thing where Tony Khan remembers things about wrestling that he loves, and then he wants that. And that's fine if you have an E-Fed. It's different when you are the number 2 wrestling company in America, and you have inroads with all these other companies and stuff. When you have a roster as deep and complex and unique and interesting as AEW has, to spend money and time on Ric Flair is a bummer. Hell, oh God, we're having connection issues. My apologies to those that are watching live. Seems like we're, well, no. We'll hang out here for a second, see if it gets better. Folks that are watching the VOD, obviously, aren't going to run into an issue here. Just dropping frames. Hopefully we come back. Hopefully things look okay. Just going to kind of build through it. It could be Twitch. This could just be me and my internet. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Seems okay on this end besides some freeminess. Well, that's what we're having here. I'm having, yeah, I haven't been disconnected. I'm just dropping a lot of frames and it looks not great. And that's frustrating because I want to have a stream that looks good. You know how it is when you want things to look good. No, Lord Crashington, my internet hasn't been great lately. It's not, I would say it's very unlikely that another device in my house streaming something is causing me to have issues with my upload. You know what I mean? Because generally the upload and download kind of don't matter. And also last Thursday, we did not have problems. But last Friday or Saturday, we had a bunch of problems. Saturday, no one was in the house when I was streaming. It was just me, and it was a disconnect. We actually got disconnected last week. So I do not believe that has anything to do with my dad watching football on Amazon Prime. And it has everything to do with my internet connection not being great. And I have no solution for that, unfortunately. My solution for that is buy a new router because my router's kind of old, but I'm not getting a new router for a while. Like, we won't have a new router for a bit. So that is a future issue because I need to have work. I need to have work pay me for things, and then I can spend a bunch of money on a router. And then also, we get to find out if the router that I'm buying solves the problem or not. If the fact that I have a 6-year-old router is actually the issue or not. Get to find that out too, which is just fun. It's just fun and cool and fun to just not know if the solution that I'm thinking, the thing I think might solve problems, if that's going to solve problems or not. It's always fun. Anyway, I got some stickers to put on this shoulder. We're going to do that after the pause for the cause, because we got to do that, because we talked about Ric Flair more than I thought we would. Probably doesn't help being that old. Yes. So that's why I'm thinking of replacing it, which I cannot do now. That is a later in the year thing, most likely. Anyway, I'm taking a pause for the cause. I'm going to talk to you, friends, about ways you can support the channel and the things that I do here. I'll kind of keep it brief, and then we'll get into talking about some anime, and then we'll talk more video games about like the kind of games we're playing later in the stream. First and foremost, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. Or if you want to be a lurker, you can lurk, and that is also a valuable thing to do. If you just want to lurk and hang out, you're more than welcome to do that. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money. You could be like Dirty and Aristophan, who resubbed tonight, which is great, using Cash Money. Or if you wanted to, you could go the other route and use your Prime Gaming token. If Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get a token, you can use it for somebody. You could use it for me, and that would be cool. You could also gift a sub. We haven't had any gift subs this month. We had a lot last month because of September. At the very end of the month, a lot of people gifted subs. Excuse me, which is very kind of them. We haven't had any this month. That's okay. But you could do that anonymously or take credit for it. Bits and coins also always appreciated. Join the BitSub leaderboard with Harold. It would be very fun if you want to do that. There are other ways to support me financially if you are so inclined, like my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider jumping over on the old Patreon today. If you join my Patreon today, you would get this weekend my monthly Q&A. The only bit of content that I make that is exclusive just so happens to be for Patreon, $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier, I'll get a Q&A video every month. So if you wanted to, if you wanted to get that, you could just join the Patreon for as little as $1, and you'll get that this weekend. Other ways that you can support me here, you could jump in on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/PatBear. Obviously, subscribing to YouTube is free. You can just do that whenever. But if you wanted to become a member, you go over there. For $2 a month, you would get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. And the one I put up this week I thought was pretty fun, so you could check that out if you wanted to. Other things and things. Those are all monthly ways to support me, but what about a one-time donation? Well, you could go to my PayPal or my Stream Elements or my Coffee, and everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense and watching my videos, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And from that fund, I procure model kits, like the kit we're working on right now, which is the Gundam Aerial SD EX-Standard that I'm currently working on. I was able to purchase that kit because of your generosity. Past you is helping out present me, which is rad. Now, if you would like to decide what I build next. You don't want me to do a backlog. You don't want my $10 patrons to vote. You want to decide what I build after I'm done with this. Well, here's what you can do. Hop on over to my Amazon wish list and buy something, because it will jump the queue. It become the next thing I build, because the least I could do if you buy something. There's a dedicated YouTube video that I'll make about the kit that you purchased. So you can go over to my Amazon and see if there's something there that speaks to you, that you're like, oh, hell yeah, I'll buy this inexpensive Lego set or this more expensive model kit. I want to buy this Christmas Lego set for Pat to build at Christmas time. He won't do it right away. It won't actually jump the queue, but we'll do it at Christmas. That'll be fun. Whatever. And you can leave a note, and I'll read the note and mention it in the video, which is fun. And I have inexpensive kits. I got expensive kits. I recently added some new model kits to there. Also, there's gear at the bottom of the list. And I put in a piece of gear here. I did it. Look, I'm not saying you should buy this. I'm saying if you wanted to, you could buy a better than, you could buy me a new router. Don't, but I put it on there. I mostly put it on there so that I can see this is the next router that I'm going to be buying. It is a variation because I have the TP-Link now. This is a newer version. This is not the most new version of the TP-Link, but it is pretty new, and for what I'm looking for, exactly what I need for my household. So I have added that to my wish list. I am not expecting anyone to purchase it. This is the router that I will, when I have the funds to do so, be buying it. But I figured I would throw it on there mostly so I can look at it. Again, don't, because it's a lot of money. But if you want to, you could. We're dropping more frames. That's fun. We're dropping more frames as I talk about that. That's cool and good. We're back. Okay. Nope, we're still in trouble. I'm going to press on, even though things are looking bad, and I'm just dropping a whole lot of frames. My alternative to my Amazon wish list is Throne. You can go over to my Throne wish list. It's like Amazon, only it's a smaller, much smaller company. Go there, buy something there if you want to. You can also go to USA Gundam Store, buy a gift card. You go to USA Gundam Store, you get a gift card code. When you buy the gift card, they send you your email, and then you take that gift card code, you send me a DM on Twitter or whisper on Twitch with that gift card code, and I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. The most convoluted way to support me. If you want to support me and not spend any money, join my Discord. My Discord is lovely. You're welcome to come hang out there. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. It is a good little group of folks there. If you have not watched this week's Pat Bear's Anime Club, please check out this week's Pat Bear's Anime Club because I want you to. I don't know, simple as that. I talk about anime you can check out if you want to get into the Halloween spirit, but you're not looking to watch anything spooky or horror, so it's not a horror anime, but it is thematically appropriate without being a bummer. And then Baerly Rehearsed is an ongoing video series where every week I write and perform a piece of comedy, which I have rehearsed at least somewhat. It is a year-long project that I've been doing every week. And this one may or may not be based on true events. Every once in a while, a character piece of mine is just based on something that's happened to me or someone I know, and I decided to write it and perform it. And this one involves prop that I already used once this week because of using it once, an event happened where I had them on, and then shenanigans ensued, and now I've made it a story, a character bit, I should say. We're going to talk about some anime. I'm going to drink some water in just a moment. We'll dramatically transition back to the overhead, and then I have to apply 2 stickers to this shoulder, which I have to figure out where those stickers go, which is fun. And I'm going to talk to you about 2 anime that I've been watching. And we'll get into the dramatic transition to the overhead right now. All right. We're back in the overhead. I don't think I can look at where these stickers are on the shoulders here. I'm going to quickly try to look at these shoulder stickers. Yeah, these do. Okay, there's a band here. There's a band there. And it's either side of that. Okay, that's what that sticker is. Great. And then we resume. It's small design there. All right. These stickers are either the kind of dark stickers or they are more vibrant looking stickers. 18, which is, where are you here? Where are you? Oh, okay. Oh, the red. There are red stickers or there are 6, which is black stickers. I think we're going to do the red stickers. I think we'll add a little color to the shoulders, and that'll look nice. So we'll do that. So I'm going to talk to you about 2 anime shows. Helck, we're going to start with. Let me add this in here. So, if you have not been keeping up, we are still in a fucking flashback with this goddamn show. Somehow, we are still in a flashback. I'm honestly kind of shocked this is still happening here. Let's see. So we need 18 on the front side and then 17 on the other side. Okay. We are still dealing with a flashback with this whole show. The story, the history, how we got to this point, a series about a dude who was a hero and then ended up wanting to turn his back on the human kingdoms and side with the demons. And now we're finally starting to figure out exactly what happened. Obviously, there were a lot of prejudices and things like that had happened here in these wars because the monsters that kept showing up were not because of the demons. That was just a convenient excuse. And now we're starting to get episode 16 of this series. The flashbacks are almost over, but not over yet. There's a commander who helped out Helck's brother, Kless. He showed up at the end of the last episode, and he was like, we have to talk. And he's like, okay. So I have a lot of issues with this whole awakened thing. This thing that's supposed to be, put us on par with the demons. This thing that's like, happened to your brother. Apparently, the kingdom, made the first they tried that on criminals. And it made the criminals strong, but they lost all sense of their self. So they got strong, but they lost all their own individual identity and personality, which, that doesn't sound good. And he says the kingdom plans to cast the awaken spell on every citizen so they can just control the citizens who aren't nobles. So the eventual plan is to use it on everybody. So they just have a strong nation of people that just do what they say. And that sounds fucked. That sounds not good. And the king is the person responsible for this plan. So, and even the guy that helped raise him is also part of this here. So he's like, don't trust any of these folks. And he's like, okay, well, if we defeat the spellcaster, we can stop the awakening and we can help, Kless, and we can help everybody else. So that's the plan. Of course, that's the king. Let's see. He says Kless didn't know about the plan. He's being used, so they got to try to help the brother. And so they're like, all right, we're going to do it. So they enter, and they have to fight some awakened soldiers. And then basically Helck is like, hey, I met with a high-ranking demon, and I'm starting to think that maybe the demons aren't the problem here. And it was always, the monsters showed up, but that was just a convenient excuse. And they're like, I don't know about that. They're still not quite sure if they can trust the demons in this respect yet. Like, we don't know. We don't know about that. Let's see. They're like, I don't know about that, but all right, well, we'll still trust you anyway, even if we don't necessarily trust the demons, which makes sense. Let's see. They're like, hey, stop doing this. And the council's like, hey, hey, you know what? No, having this strong army makes the most sense in the world. You thinking that we shouldn't do that is the crazy part. It's like, okay, sure. Um, and the king is just like, yeah, I'm just going to use my abilities to force you. So I'm just going to make you do it. But Helck is like, no, I don't, that doesn't work on me. Helck is immune to it. And basically they're like, hey, they're like Helck. They raised Kless since he was a kid for this purpose, and they're like, well, so here's the thing. This plan doesn't make any sense because Helck can defeat all of them. Like there's no one here that could do it. And Alicia, uh, ends up using the hero sword with the legendary hero slayer. Uh, and that might have helped Kless break free from what's going on with Kless, but we're not sure yet. But then the hero sword gets stolen, and Helck is going to get attacked with the sword. But basically, there's some lot like this is like long. This is all backstory. This again, none of this is fun or funny. In a show that had moments of humor, it started off pretty damn great. But the writing is still interesting, and the action is still really good. So I'm still watching Helck. Ooh, I actually have the wrong thing here written, folks. Sorry, I switched things around. I am waiting until Saturday to watch My Daughter Left the Nest and Return to Nest Ring Adventurer. So I am not going to be talking about that second. My apologies. We'll chat about what I am going to be talking about in a moment here. But yes, that's my apologies. That was me screwing up. I don't have that. I have another thing. But anyway, with Helck, there's still something about it. Like, I really appreciate there's a bit of a logic here. Because it's a lot of like, oh, people got betrayed and they didn't see it coming and they probably should see it coming and all of that happens in here. But there is a moment in this where they're like, well, your plan has a fatal flaw. And that's, oh, everyone who's awakened is still weaker than this guy. So what are you going to... And also, he's too strong for you to be able to stop. Like, you can't... The king can't control him. So we can kind of see what's coming, what with knowing that Helck has been accused of killing his brother, which is clearly he either does or his brother gets killed in this and then he gets blamed for it. But we'll find out in the next episode because I got to hope this flashback is over because otherwise, fuck. I don't know. Anyway, that's Helck. I'm still watching it. Is part of the reason I'm watching it because I only have so many things I watch on High Dive and I want to justify having a High Dive account. That's possibly why. It's not the only reason why, but it might be a good reason why I'm still watching a series I'm not fully in love with. All right. We've got the other hand here. Then the other shoulder. And then we can panel line the other shoulder and the arm and then start working on, I assume we're going to work on the legs. We're going to do one leg and then the other leg. Okay. The other series that I've been watching is Bullbuster. I only watched the first episode and it was like, I don't know if I want to keep watching this, but I got a craving for mech series. I want to watch a mecha series. And I like Bullbuster's weird humor and its like style. It's got some good vibes to it. I enjoyed the first episode, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up. So I watched episode 2 and 3. I'm behind still. If you missed me talking about the first episode about this, there's a guy named Okino, and he was a salesman of these mech units, and he never really wanted to be a salesman. He wanted to be a pilot. He had helped design it. That was kind of always his dream. But he got into sales, and he goes to this small company, this like kind of like, just in it to survive. They have a job to do, but like are struggling. basically their job is there's an island that has been taken over by monsters, and they have to fight those monsters with these like mechs that were clearly inspired by construction vehicles to counteract these monsters. And Okino ends up getting hired by this company or transfer this company and ends up as a pilot instead of support. He's not the only one, but he's there. And in the first episode, he and some other folks manage to defeat some monsters, and they are able to retrieve a earlier version of the same kind of unit, and a different, not the Bullbuster, but a variation of it. They're able to salvage that so they can, continue to operate. And this episode 2 picks up, and he finishes his mission, and he's psyched about it. And he's all happy. He gets chewed out. He used too much ammunition, and that cost a lot of money. Because ammunition doesn't grow on trees. You got to get that money. So he gets yelled at for that. They have the corpse. They have to deliver the corpse to a corporation that kind of they work for or work under. So they deliver the corpse. And this company has been trying to use the corpses to understand, like, what are these monsters? How do they work out? They're trying to look at them. But they've looked at a lot, and they have no good answers right now. So the call is like, hey, let's try to capture a live one. Which seems like, smart, but also easier said than done. Seems like kind of ridiculous thing. The giant beasts first appeared on this island, and people thought they were wild animals. And the island was evacuated. Officially, the island was evacuated because of a gas leak, not because there are big, giant, weird monsters there, the beasts. And the government hasn't stepped in to do anything about it. We find out that the Japanese government has just let this one island have a bunch of monsters living in it. So that's why this company is doing the work. And they can barely afford to keep the Bullbuster, which is the vehicle that we saw, the newer one, which is fun, and the Bull Rover, which is the one they got. And apparently, the local union is also trying to keep the fishers from loaning boats to them, so that would keep them from getting to the island. So they're just like, this is a weird fucking show, friends, because it's a show about mecha that fight monsters, but it's also about a struggling small business and the quirky folks that work there. And it's a weird dichotomy that I really honestly enjoy. And the robots and the monsters are CGI, and it doesn't look great, but it looks okay. Anyway, they're going to try to rebrand the company because the union that is mad at them for borrowing boats, they're like, we just need you to understand, we're not trying to take your jobs. We're a different business. We're just renting boats. We're not renting boats to be fishermen. We're just transport. So they rebrand, and they get a cool logo, and then people are like, it's one of those things like, it's a rebrand that works, but might have worked a little too well, because now they're like gaining the attention of people on the internet, which they didn't really want, because they are supposed to be flying under the radar, apparently. All right, so we got the top half of this kit done. Now we'll work on... we're going to jump past the feet and the legs, and we're going to build the waist, because we don't have a lot of time left in the stream. Let's work on the waist here. We might as well do that. Let's see, I need A18, and then there are stickers on A18, and then into... A17. So that was episode 3. And again, we didn't have cool fights, but we had a lot of backstory that kind of explained their situation. And it's not my favorite to have that, but it was fine. Worked out okay. All right, I have to look at the bottom of this kit to figure out where stickers go. But what I'm going to do is, instead of enlarging that photo, I'm just going to open another version of the photo and look at it that way, which is probably what I should have been doing anyway. And I'll just kind of shove that over here. Yeah, I'm just going to look at that. So I can kind of see what stickers I got to be putting on here. Hey, we just got rated the party of 10. Thank you, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. And Lord Crashman wants me to the dance music, which I will. If you use your channel points, you could just have me hit the dance button, and then the dance button plays. And I dance to music that will not get me demonetized on Archive. And I dance a little bit. That's all that is. That's all that is. But welcome, Raiders, from Bad Gunpla. I hope you had a good time hanging out with Jason as Jason streamed. Oh, Lord Crashing wants me at the yeah button. And if you give me a lot of channel points, I'll press this button. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, thank you very much, Ghost Val, for redeeming those. But yes, to finally say what I needed to say, welcome, Raiders. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. If you want to know more about what I do here, I build model kits and Lego sets 3 times a week, and then 1 time a week, I play video games. And it's fun. What I'll do is I'm gonna save episode 3 of Bullbuster for another stream. We'll just save that for another time, so that way I'm not talking about that while we have new guests. We'll just save that for another time. If you keep spending points, Pat can't say what he wants. Well, Lord Crashing did. That's true in the comedy sense. In reality, it's not, because I can just ignore chat if I need to ignore chat, and on occasion, I just will ignore chat. I don't want to, but I always can. I can always ignore it. Anyway, we were talking about Bullbuster, which is the mech series du jour this anime season. Is Bullbuster good? Is it fun? Yeah. I was saying, now I'm 3 episodes into Bullbuster, and my big takeaway of Bullbuster is it's got some heart, and it's got some style, and mostly, I was surprised that it's a wacky, small business focused anime, but the small business is using mechs, construction equipment mechs, to fight monsters to reclaim an island. It's just it's an odd premise. There are stakes, and the stakes are high, but it's also pretty silly, and I find that to be comical. All right, so there are a lot of stickers on an SD EX-Standard, and we have a choice of stickers that we have to put on here. We either are going to put on 3 or 31 or 15, and then that's one side, and the other side is okay. So Ghostface kind of reminds you how Maggie Luminary is with magical girls. Yes, sometimes it is. Sometimes they're weird, and sometimes they just exist. Sometimes you just get an odd assortment. Okay, so I don't know. One of the issues that we've run into with this kit, as I said I've said on stream already a couple times, is that the instructions are small, and that is a bummer. All right, so the top, there's 2 stickers that go on here. The lower one is 32 and 31. So I'm just going to do the lower one first, because there's no options with that, and it should be easy enough for me to figure it out. So I'm going to do 31 here, and then the other side is, there's just so many stickers. And like I said, Some of these stickers have optional stickers. We skipped the legs. I'm just going to do the waist because going to finish up the kit. Now's the part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching? What are you playing right now? What game are you playing? Any video games? Did you go to the movies over the weekend? Did you watch on Peacock the Five Nights at Freddy's movie? What's going on with y'all? What are you into? What are you up to? I'll say on my part, on Tuesday we played Jackbox Party Pack 10, and I had a lot of fun with that. I think there are 3 very fun games in this Jackbox pack, and there's one that's an interesting idea, and there's one we didn't try. So we tried 4 games. I would play the new version of TKO. I would play the TKO game anytime. I think the ending isn't maybe the best they could have done. Now you have to mash on the button to win instead of just a vote. That feels weird, but whatever. I thought that was fun anyway. The other thing that the trivia game, through the different time, I think that was really fun. I had a good time playing that. The aesthetic of that is really nice. And the rearranging and adding to and changing text messages group game, I thought was very silly and very fun. So those were all really good. The music game, I think the concept of the music game is interesting, but I didn't love it. I think technology-wise, it's really engaging and interesting that it exists from a tech standpoint, but I didn't really love it. I think right now I just appreciate it existing, and I think it is a cool idea. But I don't know if I loved playing it. And the Hypno one, I think you need to be in a room together. There's always a Jackbox game you kind of need to be in the room to play, and that's fine and fair. I think that's totally reasonable. That there's often a game that you kind of just you gotta be in the room together. But that is my take on that. I've been playing Hearthstone. I got a good silly deck right now that's getting some wins. That is Rude is a Rude deck, but there's a lot of stuff in Wild right now where people are playing really rude decks, so I'm okay with that. All right, so we're gonna do the one with the color. We want a little more color there, so we're gonna do this one here. Luckily, I was like, I don't know where the sticker goes. It's very easy. It just goes here. It's they make it very clear where the sticker is supposed to go, which is nice. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just watching. I watched a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show last night. That was from this past weekend. That was very good. Again, one of the best things I pay for on a monthly basis is my subscription to Wrestle Universe, which gets me DDT, which I watch quite a bit of. Dramatic Dream Team is the full name of the company. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, which I love and watch basically everything that happens with them. What other companies do I get with that subscription? Pro Wrestling Noah, which I don't watch that much of. Well, on occasion, but not that much. And Ganbare, which I watch almost none of because they go for... Ganbare is a on-purpose small promotion vibes. And they have the company run like it's a small indie, and they do handheld cameras, which my eyes hate. I hate watching Ganbare stuff. I like some of the wrestlers in there when they're in other companies. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of wrestling. I watched more. I watched a show last night that had a local mascot, a Kappa Green, and Kappa Green. She showed up to help out the from the area wrestler, which is always cute and fun. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling makes a big fucking deal about their hometown wrestlers when someone comes in, and so this was the hometown of Arase, Endo Arasu. Arasu instead of Arase, I should say. Arasu, and the mascot was dressed like her in her wrestling gear, and it was fucking cute and cool. It was cute and cool and fun. 8+ all around. Good call. Good vibes. Sticker 33 is here. Gray. Gray on the back of this kit. That's right. There are stickers on the back of this kit, too. And so that's what I've been doing with my time lately. Hanging out, watching wrestling, chatting with people, chilling. I'm going to see what you've had to say. I started Salt Sea Chronicles, says Lord Crashington, which is pretty neat so far as an exploratory adventure game with a neat card game whose rules change in different areas. Oh, so the rules change depending on where you are? That's fun. I do like games that have card battling systems in them, so that sounds neat. I hope you're having a great time with it. You see, Lord Crashington also thinks this seems like the best selection of streamable games in a party pack so far. It's up there. I thought the last pack had some really fun games. I mean, I like some games that some people don't. Like, I'm still a big Joke Boat fan, and I know that is not a game that was super popular with people. Not everybody loved Joke Boat, even though I thought Joke Boat fucking ruled. But yeah, I mean, there are some packs that do better than others, and have some great games that just don't work on a stream if not everyone is on microphone. And that's not the only reason. Like, Jackbox exists for people like me, but also people that want to play on Zoom or Discord, and then all be on mic or in webcams or whatever. And also, it exists for people that play with families or friends or in college dorms. Like, it was a Thanksgiving tradition for many years that we would play the new Jackbox game, and my Friendsgiving that I only stopped going to because I don't live in New York anymore. So yeah, for a number of years, that was like exactly what we did every time the situation called for it, and it was the holiday. We played the new Jackbox. So, but I think this one is good, I should say. Ghost Valve is still in the middle of Magnus Archives. You went to a metal concert, which was fine. Great. Glad it was fine. Also got a good shopping point, a good stopping point for Slay the Princess. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't checked in with Slay the Princess. Like, I like the concept from what I've read about it, but I haven't really checked it out. I don't own it, but I also haven't I haven't seen a lot of people play it, I should say. Aristovan's about halfway through Spider-Man 2. I hear that's a long-ass game if you're doing a lot of the side stuff. Despite what the dev said, there's some fucking game to that game. Your wife and you saw The Killers. Oh, sorry. You didn't see The Killers. I should read the whole sentence. You saw Killers of the Flower Moon, which was great. You did not go to a Killers concert. You saw the movie Killers of the Flower Moon, which is great. Well, that's good. Glad you enjoyed that. You've been watching some weird horror. Suspiria and House. Ooh, Houseu. Hell yeah, that is some weird-ass horror. You're right. You're not wrong. I am not a connoisseur of horror, but there are certainly some that I have seen, and I have seen both of those. And I can agree with you. Those are both pretty fucking weird. Weird-ass movies. These stickers are coming out here, so I'm trying to push them down. Push them way down. Last person says, I finally finished up Marineford. In One Piece, and got to the time skip in One Piece, decided to take a break. I watched the first episode of Pluto today. It's good so far, but I was not expecting it to be an hour long. Oh yeah, those episodes are long. I've heard that. I've heard very good things about Pluto. I have not seen a moment of Pluto. Don't have Netflix right now. I will probably get Netflix at some point. I think I probably am going to wait till like December and around like the holidays, because some of the work I do will still be around, but a lot of the work I do will die down in December. So I will have more free time in December for things like getting caught up on some anime that I haven't watched. So yeah, I'm expecting that December is when I'm going to get Netflix for a month and try to marathon through some stuff. And then probably in January, I'll do Hulu, so that I can get caught up on Bleach, because I am behind on Bleach. but it is not something where I'm like, I gotta get Hulu again. I gotta keep Hulu. I keep doing that. Not right now, no. Let's see. Lord Crash says I did watch No Hard Feelings on Netflix, which is fun. Weirdly raunchy rom-com that has great piano cover of Maneater in the middle of it. Yeah, sometimes a cover is just like, oh, cool. There's a fun cover just in this song or in this thing. Yeah, that could be fun. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed that movie. All right. We got a lot done from this kit, which we started tonight from scratch. Scratch build. We got the head, the chest, the arms, the waist, because we skipped the head to do the waist. We still have to do the legs, the gun, and the backpack, and the gun or the beam saber, and the shield. So I think we're probably gonna finish. Oh, and you can also put the you can make the gimmick. You got a gimmick here where you can make the shield and the beam saber and the gun all together. That's fun. You just gimmick that all together. That's neat. That's a fun gimmick. Oh yeah, and the shield parts can go on the Aerial and do that. So I'm probably going to do a poll tomorrow for my patrons about what I should build next. I think I'm going to finish this on Saturday. It might not be, completely done. We would have to wrap it up another time. But by the end of the stream, because we did all this, we should be finished by that. So I do need to know what I'm going to be building next. Again, on Monday, I can show you on Monday what I'm working on. I can just do that right now. Monday, I'll take a break from whatever I'm building to work on something new, which is this Halloween build here. This is fake-ass Lego. This is not real Lego. And I'll be building it. They should be pretty small, so I will probably be able to build the whole thing. But this is what I'll be working on. I'm just going to put that up here. Let's put that right up there. That is what I'll be working on Monday for Halloween. So some fake-ass Lego. Should be able to build that. We'll go long on Monday if I need to. But yeah, just so you know, that's what I'm going to be working on. But we can minimize that now there. And, oops, wrong button. There we go. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. We're going to wrap things up here. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I had a very good time. But we are going to, we're going to end the stream with a raid. That is how we end things around here. We're going to go find somebody cool, doing some cool shit, and go spend some time with them. Lord Crasher says, got an email from Blizzard that they're doing free trials of Diablo 4 on Battle.net up to level 20, which is an interesting idea. Yeah, I mean, by level 20, you should know if you want to spend money on it or not. I think that is cool. And now that Activision has different bottom lines because they are integrated into a larger corporation, Blizzard is now part of a company that is part of a company, they can kind of fiddle around a little bit more, probably a little easier. So that, yeah, I think that is kind of interesting. Anyway, we're going to go raid. I'm going to go find someone cool because we always end every stream with a raid. We're going to hang out with them because we got raided as well. And we also need to raid before in case Puppet Jared raids us because we're almost done. And sometimes on Thursdays we get raided by the Puppet Jared squad. But we don't want to raid him because he's probably wrapping up. You didn't need to hear all that. Hey, Frank is playing Fortnite of Becky and Frank fame. We're going to go raid Becky and Frank as they play Fortnite. I kind of love that they still play Fortnite. I think that is fun. Why not? Whatever. This is a game they seem to enjoy, and that's cool. So we'll go give Frank a raid. I'm 99% sure this is just Frank playing. It could be Becky and Frank, but they have a joint account. We'll give them a raid. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, your boy Pat. If you came on a raid or you came on your own, if this is your first time here or your 100th time here, thank you very much for spending some of your evening here with me. I apologize for the drop frames and the connection troubles. And I apologize for getting frustrated by both of those things, which I was pretty significantly frustrated. Thank you all so much for being here. I will see you on the next stream, which will be Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we will finish up this kit. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.